What's up guys, Bun here from BunHub. Today we are just going to be talking about my PS4 game collection. So this is just my current collection of physical games, of course, so this does not include my digital purchases or anything like that. I do get most of my games in the physical medium because I kind of prefer to collect that way. So this is going to be most of my collection, and this is up to date for June 2020. So without further ado, let's get into it. So, Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind. To be honest, I have not put enough time into this to say whether it's good or bad. The combat turned me off, but I got this on release date. I mean, maybe not the Morrowind copy, but I did get Elder Scrolls Online on the release date, and it was not for me at the time. Death Stranding. Now, this game is hit or miss for a lot of people. I personally loved this game. I'm not going to speak a whole lot on it, but this is one of those games that I say I love it, and I don't recommend you play it. Days Gone. This game was really good, actually. I did like it. It did get a little bit monotonous, and I felt like it should have ended a lot earlier than it did. But overall, really good game, and it's a steal right now because you can get it for 20 bucks or less, and that's only going to get cheaper with time. Crash Team Racing. This game is hard, but I actually got this from my girlfriend. She really liked this game when she was younger, and she played it a lot. I did not ever play it that much, and it's a little hard for me when I play it now, to be honest. You really got to get good at drifting. The Crash Trilogy, another one that I got from my girl. She was really excited when this came out. I've never really played a whole lot of Crash, so I have not played this. Kingdom Hearts 3. I didn't really care for this game a whole lot, to be honest with you. The graphics were some of the best graphics I've ever seen in a video game, to be honest. Like the colors and everything and all of the crazy particle effects on screen. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But the story of the game, the writing, the dialogue, I had no idea who half the characters were. This is Kingdom Hearts 3. Well, if we count to 3, it goes 1, 2, 3. But in the Kingdom Hearts world, it's 1, 2, 2.5, 2.8, 0.2, fragmentary passage, birth by sleep, 365 divided by 2, and then 3. There's just a ton of extra fluff that they put in before this game, and I have no idea who any of the characters are or anything like that, and the story became so convoluted that I honestly, the only saving grace for this game was the ending. Spider-Man. This game is awesome. It's a little short for my taste. It was pretty short without the DLC. I have actually not checked out the DLC, so I can't speak on that yet. But eventually, I would like to get back and try out the DLC. This game, fantastic if you haven't played it. Red Dead Redemption 2. Alright, so I own this game on every platform it's available. I got it for Xbox, I got it for PlayStation, I got it for PC. I love this game. This is one of the greatest open world games I've ever played, and it's absolutely the best cowboy game I've ever played. It's so good. The story is so good. Just playing in the game without even doing the story is so good. Highly recommend. God of War. So this game was really good. I played through it in a matter of a week, so it was relatively short and everything. A friend of mine absolutely loved this game. I think he's a lot more into kind of the mythology than I am, but I did think it was awesome. Amazing graphics, really fun combat system. I was pretty ready to finish it when I got to the end of it. Battlefield 1. I've never played the campaign on this game, but I did play the multiplayer a lot. I sniped a dude out of a plane one time. I haven't really put enough time into this game to really give my full opinion on it, but it was good. The online was really fun, and my brother-in-law still plays it. Dragon Quest XI. Another game I need to get through. I am in the sandy desert part of this game, so I'm really not that far into it, and it's one that I really need to get through. I have this on the PlayStation and on the Switch. I'm pretty sure the Switch is the definitive edition, so I will be playing through that one before I actually play through this one. Heard great things about that game. Destiny 2. So much potential in this game, and maybe it's really good now. I honestly couldn't tell you, but I played this when it first came out. I beat it in a matter of hours, and then that was it. It was the same as Destiny 1. You beat the game in like 4 hours, and then it says, here, replay the whole thing again. So this wasn't really for me at the time. Maybe if I revisited it now in 2020, I've heard that they've made a lot of good changes, and it still is a pretty healthy community. Maybe this is one that I should check out again. Onimusha Warlords. Pretty sure this is just a remake of the first Onimusha game. Great game if you haven't played it. Pretty dang short. Skyrim VR. Absolutely one of the best VR games. The problem is on the PS4, on the PSVR, this makes me a little motion sick. I cannot play it. Maybe if I got the PC VR, like the Oculus or something, and I modded it to have better graphics, but something about sliding through the world with really bad graphics and you're just kind of turning your head left and right, and I don't know, this really makes me sick, even though it's a great game, and there's nothing like going into one of the inns on Skyrim and just being inside of the inn and looking around, and it's honestly incredible. South Park, The Fractured But Whole. And this also came with the Stick of Truth as a free download. This was very, very good value of a game in my opinion. Honestly, these are actually really good RPGs. I haven't finished this and I need to sit down and finish both of them, but these games are great. They're really actually pretty good RPGs, good story, good writing. If you're into South Park at all, this stays very true to the art and the show. Neo. I got this for Christmas from a friend. I have not actually put a whole lot of time into this game. I don't know what it is. The aesthetic of this one, even though it's samurai and everything, just doesn't appeal to me as much as Sekiro did. And I really couldn't tell you why. Because they're practically, I mean, they're not the same game by any means, but it's very similar if you're just looking at it from an outside view, you know? Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. So I actually still play this game. I play this on PC, mostly. This is a fantastic MMO. If you're into MMOs, World of Warcraft, Elder Scrolls Online, Phantasy Star Online 2. If you're into MMOs, this is one of the best. Graphically amazing, story absolutely amazing, combat, class choices, there's a ton to do in this game. Absolutely, highly recommend. Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age. So I actually have not played very far into this one myself. I have this on the Switch too, and I do plan to play through it. I've heard that this has one of the best stories, but the combat system in it's a little weird compared to the other Final Fantasies, so I never really got into it as a kid. I bought it and I couldn't quite figure it out. I will be getting around to finishing this one, hopefully this year, and we'll see what I think. Kakarot. So I'm a mega Dragon Ball Z fan. I had to get this, and if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, you need to get this. Firewall Zero Hour. So I don't know if many of you have heard of this. If you have a PSVR, you probably have, because this is basically VR Counter-Strike. You get a squad of 4 people and you fight another squad of 4 people. You each have 1 life. If you die, you are out for the rest of the round. And this was just a blast. I had not played a game where you could, I could go up to a table and I could literally crouch in real life and it would be below the table, and I could hold my gun up like this, because you use the PSVR aim controller. I could hold my gun up like this and shoot over the table and kill people. I've also many times put my gun out the door like this and just pulled the trigger and got kills that way. Absolutely amazing game, really. If you have a PSVR, I would definitely recommend getting this and the PSVR aim controller, because this is a blast. This is just the original Elder Scrolls Online. I guess this is the one that I bought before the Morrowind pack. This is the Explorers pack, so it comes with some extra stuff. But really, yeah, Elder Scrolls Online again. I haven't played it enough. Final Fantasy 15. Good game, not bad. The story was pretty convoluted. If you've played other Final Fantasies and you were expecting something amazing, it's not here. I remember getting this game when it came out and being so absolutely incredibly hyped for Final Fantasy 15. I had waited years. I had watched that scene, that battle scene where he runs down the building over and over. I'd watched a ton of it, and you know what? Half the cutscenes that I saw didn't make it into this game. They were either in Kingsglaive, which is a second movie that was supposed to be supplemental to the lore of this game, or I mean, I finished this game in like 15 hours or something, and typically Final Fantasies are like 80-hour jaunts. I mean, I go through those and it took me so long back in the day. This was a little bit of a disappointment for me, and I didn't care for the combat. The combat in Final Fantasy VII Remake is much better than this, in my opinion. I will say, though, overall, beautiful graphics, really cool. If you're into just insane kind of God of War-esque fight scenes and things like that where crazy stuff is happening, this is a good one for that. But just don't expect anything that will touch your heart unless you play through all the DLC, which I have not. Final Fantasy Type 0. So this game is supposed to be a much darker Final Fantasy than other Final Fantasies. I've played into it a bit, and let me tell you, I'm not very far, but at the very beginning someone dies. I mean, there's definitely death and things like that in this game that other Final Fantasies don't touch on as much. This is definitely a much darker version, but it's originally a port from the PSP or PS Vita, I believe. And so the graphics are a little lacking compared to the other games, and the actual world is a little bit lacking, but the storyline, fantastic. Combat, pretty awesome. Grand Theft Auto 5. You probably own this game for the Xbox 360, the PS3, the PC, the PS4, the PS5, the Xbox 5. Call of Duty World War II. Best World War II game to date, in my opinion. I don't think there's anything that's even close to as high def as this. The last World War II game we got was probably either Battlefield or Medal of Honor or something older. It was not this. So this is definitely the best World War II game you can get, in my opinion. They did give it out free recently for PlayStation Plus members, so you might actually have it in your library. Really cool campaign. Not sure how the online is anymore. Resident Evil 2. This game, if you played the original Resident Evil 2, is a must-buy. If you like the original Resident Evil 2, the changes that they made on this one and the way they changed things up and how true it stays to the original game is honestly incredible. I would absolutely recommend you pick this up. It is a short game. I think the campaign can be beaten like 6 hours, and you can beat the campaign with 2 different characters, so there's a little bit different story each. So, call it a 12-15 hour playthrough, something like that, but highly recommend. Yakuza 6, The Song of Life. I have not played this. It's still in the plastic. I haven't really played any of these Yakuza games except for Kiwami, which is the first one, and I have not finished it. So I need to go back through and actually play through these. I only got this because it was on sale for super cheap and it came with an art book, and I am a sucker for art books. Far Cry 5. So I played the crap out of Far Cry 4, but Far Cry 5 just didn't really do it for me. Maybe it's the setting or whatever, and you would really think this game would appeal to me. So at some point, my brother-in-law loved this game. At some point, I would like to jump back into this and give this an actual full playthrough, because Far Cry 4 was really cool. I didn't hear as much about Far Cry 5, and then they came out with Far Cry 5 A New Dawn, and that kind of got mixed reviews, and I don't really know. I don't know. Metal Gear Solid 5. A game that I question if I'm ever going to play through. I heard that this does not have a real ending. I heard that they fired Hideo Kojima before he could actually get the ending in for this game. So no one ever got to see the ending to it, unless you get, is it the DLC, or there's an extended movie, or there's a collector's edition you could get that actually has the ending. Maybe this has it in it, but as far as I know, I heard that there was no real definitive ending, so I have not played this game too far. I played like 20-30 hours of this game at one point, and I got stuck at a part where you basically had to get a truck. You had to extract a truck, and my balloon wasn't strong enough. I had to go back to base and upgrade the balloon, which means I would have had to go to a different level, farm up materials to upgrade the balloon system, come back to my base, upgrade the balloon system, go back, complete the whole mission again, and then extract the truck. I only found out that my balloon wasn't strong enough when I went to extract the truck at the last second of the mission. Very disappointing. It did get a 10 out of 10 from IGN and GameSpot. Not sure exactly what that means. Maybe it really was that good, but I love Hideo Kojima. I love Death Stranding, and I really should give this a try. I kind of should look online and see about that ending. Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD Remaster. Awesome game. If you like Final Fantasy X when you were younger, get this. If you never played Final Fantasy X but you're looking to, get this. But otherwise, standard remake of an RPG, fantastic RPG, amazing cutscenes, music, graphics. I love Final Fantasy, so I'm a little biased. Yakuza Kiwami, believe this is the Dragon of Dojima is Reborn. Believe this is just an HD remaster of the original Yakuza game. Still good. And honestly, these games kind of give me a Persona feel, because there's a lot of life skilling type things you can do. You have to get your charm up, and there's a lot of mini games and stuff. It's a Sega game, so it is going to be similar to Persona. Lego Avengers. Not played through this game. This is one that got pretty good reviews, and me and my girl got this to co-op through. We have not yet. We got stuck at the beginning doing something, but we have not yet. And this is one that I would like to go through. These Lego games are fun because there's so many characters to collect in it, and that's honestly what I love about it, is unlocking all the characters, playing as all the different characters. Metal Gear Solid 5 again, not the definitive edition or whatever. Lego Star Wars Force Awakens. Again, got this to play with my girlfriend, but we have not played through it yet. Ghost Recon Wildlands. Did you get this when it came out? I don't know if there's any point to playing this anymore, but when it first came out, I played this with my brother-in-law, and honestly, pretty fun. Pretty fun to team up with somebody, go to a base, take it out all tactically, real stealthy, silent, don't get caught. Honestly, very fun game, but at this point, they have Breakpoint out now. I'm pretty sure that replaced this, and if that didn't, then I don't even know if anyone's still playing this game, to be completely honest with you, but it was fun at the time. Deus Ex Mankind Divided. I got this so cheap. This was like $8. I've heard this is a great game. My coworker swore to me that I need to get this. I got it, and something about it just felt a little clunky to me. I know I need to go through this because there's meaningful choices in the game. There's different endings, there's outcomes that you can get and things like that. I really do like games that give you choices like that. I really do. So this one I need to play through, and it has a lot to do with kind of that. It toes the line between, are you mechanical or human, or you're mechanically enhanced human, things like that. Red Dead Redemption 2 again. So good I own it for the PlayStation 4 twice. Yakuza Zero. Yes, this is actually the prequel to the Yakuza games, it looks like. So this is before the events of Yakuza Kiwami. So that would have been Yakuza 1, quote unquote. This is Yakuza 0, the one before it. The Kingdom Hearts story so far. So I actually have this, and I have the full all-in-one package too. What they need to do is come out with an all-in-one collection that has all of the collections in the same collection. Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 Remake. I'm kind of embarrassed that I keep pulling these out of my stack. I don't know how many times I own this game. Oh boy, Horizon Zero Dawn. I will be playing this game this year. I will be finishing this game this year. I barely started to scratch the surface, but I know that we have a new Horizon coming out for the PS5, so now it is on my list and on my radar to beat this game this year before the PS5 and the new Horizon come out. Then, Persona 5, one of my favorite games of all time. I have Persona 5, I own like 4 copies of this game. Persona 5 Royal, I have the collector's edition of Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal. Big Persona fan. This is one of the best JRPGs on the entire planet ever created, ever. Sekiro, oh boy. This game is honestly so freaking good, so fantastic. The graphics, the combat, there's so much about this game, the sound. There's so much about this game. The mystery surrounding the game keeps you going forward. I love this game, but I am stuck. I'm stuck hours and hours into the game, and I can't progress past these. There's 2 bosses, basically, and I can't beat either of them at the moment. We will be revisiting this one. We will be trying to conquer this one. Highly recommend if you're into Souls-like games, but boy, is it tough. Subnautica. So this one's still in the plastic, but this is actually going to be the next game that I play. Once I finish Persona 5 Royal, or my playthrough of Persona 5 Royal on Twitch, Subnautica is going to be the next game that we play. So I'm looking forward to it. Most likely going to play it on PC, unless there's some advantage of me doing it on the PS4 or the Xbox. But yeah, I can't wait to get into this game. Modern Warfare. So I actually didn't play this. Interestingly enough, my girlfriend picked this up. I want to play through the campaign on it, but I don't really play Call of Duty online anymore. It's just not really my thing. I have so many other games to play and everything, and other, like, you know, Call of Duty is kind of one of those infinite time sinks, just like MMOs, and I played 2-3 MMOs. I play gacha games. I play a bunch of stuff, so I have too much shit basically taking up my schedule to get into a game like this. But I will be going through at least through the campaign at some point, and if there's a zombies mode, it doesn't look like there's a zombies mode, I will check that out too. Borderlands 3, really fun game. Have not finished yet. Got this to co-op with my girl. We played for like 25 hours or something like that, so we got really pretty far into it in my opinion. Cool. There's 4 different classes to choose from. If you like RPGs and shooting and getting loot, this is your game. Monster Hunter World. This game is so fun. If you haven't played this yet, or you're not interested in Monster Hunter, watch some videos before you pick it up, because it's basically like an MMO. Maybe not quite as in depth, but it's an absolutely fantastic game. Some of the monster fights that happen in this game and just the interaction between different monsters and stuff are incredible. And every time that you go out on a mission, it's like fighting a boss from Dark Souls. It's not as hard as fighting a boss from Dark Souls in any means. I mean, maybe some of the monsters are. I haven't been that far. But it's a lot, you know, it's easier to roll and stuff like that. They don't one-shot you a lot of times and things like that. But this is a highly recommended game. I really like this. And if you had to pick up only one game on this entire list to play for a really long time, I would say either this, Red Dead Redemption, or Final Fantasy XIV, because all of those games are going to last you a long time. Metro Exodus. Have not played too far into this one either, but this is one that's on my list. This game is very gritty looking, post-apocalyptic, really interesting concept. When you first start out, your home is like on a train or something like that. I'm guessing that's why it's called Metro, but very cool concept for a game, and one that I will be checking out. This is actually kind of a sleeper hit, or an underrated game that I think flew under a lot of people's radars. Titanfall 2. Have not played this myself. This was on sale for like $6, $6.99, $7. So I'd heard from a lot of people that this is actually one of the best first-person shooters ever made, whether it was for the wall running, the transportation system, or if it was the storyline itself. I heard the storyline itself was actually really good. The online I heard was really good, but this game just didn't get the support that it needed or the marketing that it needed. So I don't think we're ever going to see a Titanfall 3, most likely. I'm not 100% sure on that. And last but not least, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I do have the deluxe edition of this. I'm working on playing through this. I was doing a Let's Play for the channel, but it kind of bogged down my actual playthrough of the game. So I think now I'm going to just cancel that Let's Play. I'm going to play this myself and just go through it and see what I think of it. I heard the ending was hit or miss for a lot of people. So since I've already played through the original one, I'd like to see how it's different and make my own opinion on it, draw my own conclusions. But yeah, that's pretty much my PS4 collection. To be honest with you, that's most of the physical games. I do have a couple other things on my shelf over here that I'm looking at now, but I'm going to save that for another video. Most of it's just like collector's editions, some of it's not even new games, and a lot of it's Nintendo Switch stuff, so I feel like we should make a completely separate video to talk about that. Maybe I'll just make one talking about my collector's editions and collectibles and things like that. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you liked the video, make sure to drop a like on the video, leave me a comment in the comment section collection, if there's something in this game that you think I need to play right off the bat, because there's a lot of these games that I haven't actually made it all the way through. So if there's something I need to play immediately, let me know. If there's something I'm missing from this collection that you think ASAP I need to get it in here, let me know that as well. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next time.
Hold on. I'm gonna run that J.